In fact, the day that my show launched, which was March the 8th, that was the first time Malaysian Flight 370 was in the news. Like everyone, I've responded to the demand for news about the missing aircraft, and tonight we will continue that coverage. But when we can finally provide answers to all of our questions about what became of Flight 370, I'm looking forward to discussing the news from a perspective that I find to be lacking in the world of cable TV, one devoid of ideological bias. I like to say that the only people that I meet who see the world entirely through liberal or conservative lenses are the talk radio hosts and television presenters with whom I've rubbed shoulders over the years. Because when I'm leading my real life in the Philly suburbs, pumping gas, shopping for groceries, going to a back-to-school night, I speak to people for whom the issues are a mixed bag. They are liberal on some, they're conservative on others. But you'd never know that from listening to the radio or watching television, where everything is presented in black and white terms without regard for nuance. In the last 30 years, we've experienced unprecedented polarization. Consider that in the early 80s, on Ronald Reagan's watch, a full 60% of the Senate was comprised of moderates. Today, every Senate Republican is more conservative than every Senate Democrat, and every Senate Democrat is more liberal than every Senate Republican. Compromise has become a dirty word, and incivility reigns. Now, that's the same time period that has marked the rise of a polarized media. And I don't believe in coincidence. I see a causal connection. So I'm trying a different approach by covering the news of the day in a way that enhances your ability to reach your own independent conclusions. I have plenty of opinions. They just don't fit neatly under one label. I'm liberal on some things, I'm conservative on others, and there is plenty that I've yet to figure out. Just take a look at today's headlines. If you ask me, we should be doing less saber rattling in Crimea and Ukraine. I find it distressing that all the 2016 Republican presidential candidates were sucking up to a casino magnate in Vegas over the weekend. I'm happy to hear that 6 million have enrolled in Obamacare, but I remain skeptical of the economic viability of the insurance pool until I know who's in it. And when over the weekend I read the report of the law firm hired by the Christie administration to investigate Bridgegate, it sounded more to me like an advocate's brief than the result of an independent search for the truth. So I will make you one promise for the week. There will be no litmus tests for watching. And one more thing. I'm nervous. Not because you're watching, but because my family is tuned in. My mother is one of 11 children, 8 sisters and 3 brothers, and one of my aunts called my mom when she heard that I would be on CNN in prime time, and she wanted to know whether she should tune in all of the TV sets in the house to CNN while I'm on. My answer, by the way, was, of course, and be sure to set the DVR too. Now let's get started.